This is not really a vessel made for drinking. For today's English creation, I wanted to capture this moment.
You know how like you don't realize how different you are until someone points it out?
So this is from the infamous Kool-Aid moment of Two Bears in One Cave, the podcast that Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer do. And Bert is revealed to be drinking like a gallon of Kool-Aid every day.
You're drinking Kool-Aid to start your day? Really?
It's so good.
What kind?
Red.
And realizes how absurd and not normal that is, and he delivers that line. And I wanted to capture that moment and make a phrase for it. So what I came up with is Bert Spurt. And Bert Spurt is really meaning a moment where you realize that you are different from those around you, or different from humans in general, in a way. And I'm sorry, big boy, that I spelled Bert with a U, but I wanted the Bert and Spurt to match up with both U's as the vowels, because it would bother me endlessly if they did not. And I felt I took the utilitarian approach, because it shouldn't bother anyone except for people that spell their names with an E as Bert. And so even though it's the person that this is named after, I'm sorry that we will not be going ahead with that. But I'm sure he's used to his name being misspelled. It's probably only right that something like honoring him would be misspelled anyway. But I feel like I've been having these very regularly anytime I'm actually around people, because I feel like I kind of started as a little bit of a different person, but I realized that I've actively made decisions to not be like everyone else kind of regularly throughout my life. And I think that's because I've been focused on making things better, always focused on being better, being the best. And you have to be different to be better. So that was kind of always my approach, is that, okay, I have to do something other than what everyone's doing, because then I can be better. And as I took that approach and kept doing different things than everyone, I feel like I ended up on a path where it's just not normal, and I don't have a lot to relate to people with. And it's also a very isolated lifestyle that I'm living right now. So when I am around people again and talk with them, I just have all these moments where I'm like, oh yeah, my life isn't like that at all. I am just not relating to any of this, and my life is very different. So I want to call those Bert Spurts, and they're just those moments where you're like, oh yeah, I'm not normal? Okay. You bring back those realizations, even if you know that is the case. Sometimes you just forget and need a little reminder. I feel like I'm getting baby birded by like an eagle doing this. And I'd say that essentially covers our English change and word creation for today. Act accordingly. On to our song and video of the day. And I did not pick a Bert video for video of the day because I had already done the Kool-Aid video as one of the first weeks of video of the day. So if you want to see that, it's early on in the playlist. And I've done some other Bert videos throughout this process too, but that made me have a little less to pick from. So I did something that's just thematically on point here. And what that is for the video of the day, we're going in inverse today, is from the USA drinking team. Saturdays are for the boys, and it's a bunch of different chugging variations with progressively bigger containers of alcohol and more absurdity in the process. And I felt like it's extremely on brand and on theme for Bert Kreischer, and something that he would probably aspire to be chugging a keg by opening it with a pickaxe. So it just seemed to all kind of line up. And then for the song of the day, I chose Genesis by Derek Pope. And this is from his newest album, which came out a month ago, I believe. It kind of flew under my radar because I had just discovered him a couple months ago. I'm like, damn, this dude is awesome. And I went through his entire discography, and then I kind of forgot about it and didn't check up on him for a while because I had just gone through everything. But this did come out a month ago. This is the opening track of the album, and I think it is awesome. It's kind of got a medieval, biblical kind of vibe and sound to start, and it grows to be a little bit more of his normal kind of darker hip-hop sound. But it's very cool and has some interesting parallels biblically, as his name is Derek Pope too, so he has some cool stuff to play with. And I think he does an awesome job in this song, and this is the one that stood out most to me listening to the album, although I was distracted for a lot of the songs, so there might be some gems that I missed, But this is worth a listen. That's what we got for the Daily Do. Peace out.